Hey Lisa, how have you been?
Good.
So what's new? What's going on?
Nothing. I had a wedding that I went to with my mom. It was my mom's cousin's wedding. We went to that like 3 days ago. I had fun. Um, it was I forget where it was up. It was up north somewhere, but it was fun. It was a good time.
Good, good. So you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I had fun. It was good to be with the family. Haven't seen them in a
Good.
while.
And how's everything going with your drinking right now? How is that being at a wedding?
Well, before going to the wedding, me and my mom had talked, and she said she'd rather have me not had a drink, but I did. I told myself that if I was going to drink, that I was just gonna have like one drink, and that was it, and I stuck to it.
Good, good. I'm
Yeah.
very happy.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Actually, speaking of drinking, and I'm really happy that you picked a goal and you stuck with it and you didn't go over your maximum. I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about relapsing. So how's everything going right now? Obviously, you stuck to your wedding goal and you only had one drink.
Mhm.
But other than that, what about the rest of the week? How is everything going with just alcohol in your life and drinking? Have you made goals? Anything like that?
Well, I've limited my drinking. I guess that's somewhat of a goal. Like when I went to the wedding, I told myself I was only gonna have one, and I did only have one. Of course, the urge was still there, though. Like, I definitely wanted to drink more, and it was kind of hard to stop myself from getting another drink, being that it was so easy. But um, I guess that's one of the goals that I accomplished,
Okay,
sticking to just one drink.
that's an awesome goal to accomplish. You stuck to it, even though it was a little bit difficult. You still, had the self control to not go for a second drink,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really good. Um, so right now, how are you coping with when you have an urge to drink?
Um, well, my mom has been on me a lot, so that's obviously one of the main reasons why I'm here, why I want to get better. So coping with it, it's still obviously a struggle. I want to drink all the time, especially when I'm arguing with my mom and stressed out. Like the only thing I think I can get out of it is by having a drink.
Mm-hmm.
This past week, I think I drank maybe 4 days out of the 7 that I haven't since I've seen you.
Okay.
Again, at the wedding, I only had one drink, but like 2 days before, I did have like multiple drinks when I was just home. I had a couple glasses of wine. I try to tell myself that like you said, like set goals. I try to set goals and say, all right, I'm going to limit myself with just 2 glasses of wine, but it ends up just being more and more. But that was before the wedding, so I feel like at the wedding I accomplished somewhat of a goal.
Yeah, you absolutely did. I mean, that's really good that you stuck with it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your stressors right now. I know you have a lot of stress with your mom. There's a lot of, animosity, I guess, building between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going since you've been, I know you've been going to AA, you've been coming to see me. How are things? Are they getting better?
Well, with the AA meetings, that's been helping a lot. Like being able to discuss with other people and having them seeing their issues and how they cope with it has also given me a way, like, to think differently, to start coping differently than what I've been doing. Um, the the amount of stress I have is obviously the reason I drink. My mom being on me, of course, but like she's been really on me now because remember I told you I lost my job because of drinking. I mean, so with finding another job, she's been on me, but I don't know. I think it's just like one step at a time, and me dealing with trying to find another job is not something I want to deal with right now, being that I have all this to deal with. But then again, I do have bills to pay and stuff, so I've been really stressed out with all that, with money, having my mom on me, trying to find a job, but then again, not wanting to look right now because I have other things I need to worry about.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you finding a job is definitely a stressor, and it's not only stressing you, it's stressing your mom, and it's causing a little bit of tension between the two.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so maybe that's something that we can start looking at and seeing. Maybe start looking in papers and seeing if we can find you a job that'll, fit your needs and something that you'll be happy with. Because you want to be happy where you work.
Exactly, but that's another thing that's been like making me stress even more is thinking about being at a job and like not being able to have like a drink by me, like not like having to worry about if I'm gonna mess that up as well. Like it's just all stressful. because I can't, if I do get another job, like, I can't ruin that, and, like, this is my mom's last straw. Like, if I get another job and I lose that, then I'm basically kicked out of the house, because there's so much my mom's put up with, so, which I don't blame her, but then again, I feel like she doesn't realize the amount of stress that I'm in and the problems that I'm dealing with as well.
Okay, so what are some of the problems that you're dealing with?
Just, I don't think she realizes how, like, hard it is to resist a drink, especially when it's so easy. I mean, I find myself, like, she tries not to keep alcohol in the house because of this, but I still find ways to get alcohol in the house, whether it's hiding in my room or, so it's just my mom in general.
Okay. So, alright. Now, with all these stressors, the job, your mom, all that stuff, do you think you can still stay sober? Or,
I think eventually, but I just think it's hard for me to get there right now.
okay. So, can we expand on that just a little bit? Why do you think it's so hard right now to...
I think mostly because, I don't know, just, like, thinking about not drinking anymore gives me, like, extreme anxiety. Like, I can't picture myself not drinking at all. I mean, I can picture myself cutting down, but not drinking at all really does give me anxiety because, like I said, it's the way I deal with things. It's what makes me feel good after dealing with my mom. Like, I don't know, I guess every day it's just a reason. There's more reasons as to why I want to drink.
Okay. So you're saying it's kind of your current coping technique with just everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe we can think of new ways for you to cope with things. You said before that sometimes you'll get urges. Maybe your next urge, instead of reaching for a glass of wine, I know that's what you said, is your drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can, do an activity. I mean, is there something, before you started drinking and using that as your coping technique, what was your old technique?
Well, when I was in school, I participated in a lot of sports. I was always playing sports. Running is my big thing. I would always, like, if I would ever get an argument with my mom or an argument with, like, a boyfriend or anything, I would always go running, and it was just a way to clear my mind. I stopped playing sports after high school because I had a knee surgery, and so that's when I started drinking more because, I don't know, obviously I couldn't run as much. I mean, I could still run now, but not as much as I want to. But I think that's another reason why I started drinking as well. Is because, I don't know, I was just depressed with the fact that I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and so that's basically when all the drinking started. But I mean, I could see myself running again, but I just can't obviously wake up with a hangover and go running. Like, it doesn't fit for me, so.
Okay.
But I would love to get back into that.
So this all kind of started when the depression hit from not being able to do the activity that you used to always do.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you are able to still run though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can start somewhere small. Maybe set little goals, like maybe running a mile, or even start with jogging a mile or walking a mile, and just keep building. Every time you have an urge to drink. Another great technique is just wait 30 minutes. Normally an urge only lasts about 30 minutes, and then after that you should be okay. But if not, you can call a friend, family member. I know you had said you and your sister are very close.
Mm-hmm.
You can always give her a call and talk to her and just kind of wait for the urge to pass. Do you think that's something you'd consider?
I mean, it's going to be hard. I can probably eventually get there.
Okay, but alright. So another thing I want to talk to you about is how drinking might have affected your body. I don't think everybody always thinks, because when you think about drinking, I mean, the main thing is, okay, my liver, but also it affects your feelings, your actions, malnutrition, all that stuff. And you can definitely regulate that with just a proper diet and obviously not drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And also like vitamins, like fish oil, vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to get your body back in the swing of the old, how you used to be, your old like routine.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's another thing we can start doing is establishing a routine for you. When you wake up, do you think you'd be able to set like maybe 3 daily goals? Would that be something you can do?
Yeah, I can see myself doing that. It's not something I probably want to do, but I can see myself trying to do that, yeah.
Okay, so what are 3 goals that you want to set for tomorrow? We'll start early.
I guess I could, like you said, go for a walk, go for a mile walk. My only thing is that I'm worried that, like, since I haven't tried it in so long, that I'm going to not be able to be where I was at, that's another thing that may cause me anxiety and may want to drink because I'm going to get depressed because I used to be able to run like it was nothing, and now I feel like if I try, even with my drinking and not running in a long time, I feel like I'm, like, scared to find out what I'm able to do when it comes to running.
So then, like I said, let's do baby steps. Instead of jumping right back into it, because, you know, the truth of the matter is you haven't ran in how many years now?
It's been like 4 years.
4 years? Okay, so you're not going to be able to probably be at the same level you were before, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to still be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think you're going to get such satisfaction of just getting back on the track and going for a run. It's really just going to make you feel really good. So how about running half a mile and walking a mile? Do you think that's still a little bit too much, or do you think that's like a good goal for you?
I think I can try it out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's the most that you can do is just give it a shot. And the worst that happens is you have to start a little bit with a little bit less and then just kind of build your way back up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that journey in itself will definitely distract you from your drinking a little bit and will definitely help you out. So that's one of your goals. What about another one?
I could try to limit my drinking then for that day, I guess. Another goal would be trying not to argue with my mom as much. There's just always a reason to, like, start an argument. Well, with her at least, for her to start with me, but I think if she sees me trying, I guess the arguments may stop.
Okay.
So I guess trying to limit how much I argue with my mom.
Okay. So you had said that you think there's always a reason for her to start an argument with you. Why do you feel that way?
Because I don't know, I feel like sometimes I just try to stay out of the way. Sometimes I just try to stay away from her and think of things like when she comes home from work, I'm like, all right, she's probably going to come up to me and probably going to ask me what I did today, ask me if I had a drink today. It's always like, how much did you drink? Where did you go? What friends were you with? Like, and that itself is like, all right, I can't deal with this. So I walk out and, like, just want to drink. But
Okay.